Welcome to How You an Adjuster. This is Curtis Horridge, a licensed and bonded public insurance adjuster. Got a special show for you today. We're going to be talking to national claims negotiators. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. I want to talk to you guys about a very special guest. Been wanting to get him on the show for a long time, Mr. Ron Snouffer from National Claims Negotiator. Ron, how you doing, man?
Doing great, Curtis. Glad I'm finally able to be on.
Exactly, man. Well, you put in the queue, you know what I'm saying? You had some things that came up and you had to reset it, but I'm glad you made it today.
Me too. I think I was sick one time in Aruba. We tried to do that one when I was on vacation and I got sick.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's been a hit and miss, but look here, I want to ask you, tell me how you got into public adjusting.
So I had a friend that got hit by a tornado. I was a general contractor, and she got told that she only had $38,000 worth of damage. It ripped her roof off of her living room, dining room, formal dining room, kitchen, and two-car garage. I informed her that it was like $250,000 worth of damage, and she ended up having to hire a public adjuster. I ended up fascinated by that side of the business, and that was my last claim that I did as a general contractor.
Where was that tornado located?
Arlington, Texas. It was in 2011.
Wow, I remember that. And so you were fascinated by the public adjuster, how he's able to negotiate with the insurance company and get to an agreed settlement, correct?
Correct. I mean, there wasn't that many at the time in 2011, and it was fascinating to me that they were able to negotiate on behalf of the property owner and get them back to normal.
That's awesome, man. So did you start working with that particular public adjuster, or how did you get connected?
No, as soon as that claim was over with, I got my public adjuster's license and started down the path of being a public adjuster.
Awesome, man. Do you work with anybody we know in the industry today that still have a company, or you kind of just did it yourself? I mean, you got to have somebody kind of show you the ropes. I mean,
so I did it the wrong way. I'll tell you that right up front.
Okay. How's the wrong way?
Looking back at it, I wish I had done it where I'd gotten myself a mentor in the beginning, because eventually I did get a mentor by the name of Doug Morris. He ended up being president of TAPIA about the time that he became a mentor for me.
That's awesome. Doug's a great guy.
The first year in the business, I made less than $30,000, struggling to figure out how to make ends meet, so on and so forth. The second year, I made a little less than $100,000, and then I finally I joined TAPIA and met Doug Morris. Got 4 hours on a golf cart with him and learned a ton about the business in that 4 hours.
He's a very good teacher, man. Doug Morris, very good teacher.
Awesome. I'll always be thankful for him.
He's a great guy. So, okay, we're here to talk about a couple of things that you really wanted to bring out to the industry. And one of the things you talked about is something that the industry is really in need of. You talked about there need to be better training for public adjusters, correct?
Let's talk about that. I'm very concerned with all the fake experts out there that weren't successful at public adjusting and are now training public adjusters how to be public adjusters. Well, they failed in the industry. Why should we be listening to them as the experts?
Public adjusting is a very tough business. I tell people it's not the easiest thing to get into. People think they see you doing it, think they can just do it too, but it's very hard. It's very hard. I mean, I was fortunate to have my dad come up in it and kind of had his clientele and made my own clientele behind that, and we just kind of kept it going. So people have to know what you do and know your success. You know, you're coming out with, just yourself. They don't know you. So what have you done?
You had a role model. You had somebody that you could go ask, how do I handle this? How do I handle that? He told you what kind of claims to take, what kind of customers to go after, so on and so forth.
Right. That's true.
and you got people that they're just social media experts and they're doing more damage to the industry than anything else.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, they need to be attached to TAPIA. You yourself, you're a part of TAPIA as well. What are you now? You're on the board of directors. You're like what, vice president? What are you, vice president?
I'll be vice president in October.
Awesome. So you're a treasurer?
Treasurer right now.
Awesome, man. Yeah, great expertise, man. Really like hearing your opinions and everything you bring to the board, man. I'm one of the past president, of course, so we sit back and watch the board, and we have one vote, we come together. But the board has changed through the years, and it's just a lot of great experts, a lot of great public adjusters there. And, Richard May and all those guys and the lady that works with him do a great job of presenting us in the best light we can be presented in, and, just make us look well. Our biannual meetings, in spring and fall are just so successful. We're growing, we're able to, save money and, put forth things that'll help public adjusters in the legislation to help make sure we're passing laws that'll help us continue to do what we do. And you're on the front line, man. And I want to commend you for that, man. I appreciate you and all your work.
Well, I truly believe that my success started when I joined TAPIA and was able to get a couple mentors. I mentioned Doug Morris before. Tim Woodard's another big mentor of mine. I still call him on a regular basis and give him a hard time. David Moore is another great asset that I have in my pocket. Those guys shaped the way I've become a public adjuster.
Man, that's awesome, man. You're a young guy too, man. Those guys are a little older than you, what I'm saying? But they bring a lot to the table, and they're always willing to help when you call and ask a question. I mean, they're real helpful. I really like that. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in. This is Hardy on Adjuster, National Adjustment Services, licensed and bonded public adjuster Curtis Hodge, and I thank y'all for listening. Stay tuned.